The game the game is everything you would, well, almost everything I should say. It's almost everything that you would want in a post-nuclear setting. And what Bethesda did with Fallout 4, creating this post-nuclear setting in the town of Boston, no less, they did a very good job. I will give them a huge amount of props on that for sure, because we only have about two real-world examples on what it's like to be in a nuclear wasteland, so to speak, and that's whenever the United States dropped their two nukes on Japan. And, well, I've never really seen any in-depth photos of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but if it was somehow or some way like the way the Commonwealth is, they did a good job. I mean, sure, there could have been a couple things they could have improved on, but of course, mods always improve this game a hell of a lot. So I will get to that part though whenever I talk about the things that really needed to improve on in this game. And also, if you hear any other like noises from like the game, or like or you hear other voices in the game, I do want to apologize for that. I did have Fallout 4 recording while I was talking to a friend of mine in TeamSpeak. I do want to apologize for that in advance. But anyways, another thing that was really good in terms of what I liked about the game is, the different kinds of enemies in the game. I mean, I honestly would have never thought that, a super mutant would be in the game from radiation and whatnot. I mean, that's actually really, really creative, as well as the feral ghouls, the Institute's robots, or whatever the hell you want to call them. What else? The Raiders. I think the Gunners are also an enemy. I can't remember for sure. I beat this game like 2 weeks ago, guys. So, and I'm just now kind of like getting around to my review, or not really a review, but you know what I mean. Anyways, but yeah, the amount of enemies in this game, very, very good job on Bethesda's part, because it would be really tedious and it would be very Destiny-like if the game presented you, go here, kill the same enemy 20 times, and then come back to said home destination, and then that's it. That would be tedious, and that would annoy the hell out of me, because I had to dealt that with Destiny, and yeah, Destiny has improved on how they're doing, their mission structures, and hopefully it does the same thing with Rise of Iron, even though I may not even be getting Rise of Iron. Bethesda hit the nail on the head, though, with enemies, and that's always a plus you want to hear, because it's kind of difficult to be able to create these different enemies, such as, super mutants, feral ghouls, death claws, raiders, robots. That's honestly, that takes a lot of time to come up with, those kind of enemies. But I assume, personally, that these were already enemies in past Fallout games, and they just basically went ahead and picked up on whatever was in the past Fallout games. And if they did that, that's fine, 100%. And overall, with how some of like the objectives, so to speak, were layered, they did a very good job on that as well. There was, well, for some of them, not all of them. The ones that I'm not talking about are like, the Minutemen missions where basically they want you to go to some settlement that needs to be cleared, and then afterwards you go back there. I mean, to be honest, that was really lackluster. Those were probably the most lackluster missions I've ever seen. And I really hope Bethesda can improve the settlement system in their next game. But I will get to that later. So, the last good thing, though, I do want to talk about with Fallout 4 is overall character customization, as well as armor customization or weapons customization, and as well as your own. Pretty much everything in this game can be customized in some way or form. Well, not everything, but you know what I mean. And being able to have those unlimited possibilities kind of thing, kind of like pretty much infinite, yeah. That that can really hit or miss, and Bethesda did hit on that, and they did a very good job with that aspect of the game. I really felt that being able to put certain things on like my rifles, or on my pistols, or on other armor sets, that was one thing that they really did well on, and I will give them a lot of props for that as well. So, with that said, I do want to go ahead and move on to the things that could have definitely improved in this game, and there's going to be a lot of things I will rant on about. The one reason why I'm making this video is so hopefully someone, I really don't care who sees this video, but you have to think about it whenever I rant about that one part. That will be kind of towards the end whenever I'm done talking about some of the things that I didn't like about the game in general. So, to start it off, I didn't like how at the beginning of the game, where you're finally out of the vault and everything, that you are pretty much forced to, like, wear some kind of armor. To be honest, I would have loved to have just played this game straight through without having to, equip armor mods to my vault suit, because honestly, I just wanted my character to wear the vault suit all throughout the entire game. And yeah, there is the power armor, which I'm wearing right now, and the only reason why I am wearing it right now is because of certain mods that I have loaded onto Fallout 4, such as the unzipped vault suit. I want to keep this PG-13, guys, if you know what I mean. But anyways, I would have honestly loved to have had that in the game, being able to just wear your vault suit throughout the entire game, and unfortunately, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do that if you haven't noticed. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that kind of present a challenge to the game a little bit. I mean, sure, I played this game on like the lowest difficulty, but the reason why I did play it on the lowest difficulty was simply because I'm trying to beat this game as fast as I could. And fortunately I did, because like I said in my last video, I am going off to college soon, and I want to be able to finish this game and be able to not have to worry about it being basically incomplete in my Steam library. So, what I'm also trying to say, though, back to what I was talking about with like with my problems with not being able to wear the vault suit all the time without having to equip armor mods to it. Try to make this game difficult in its own way, because I do like to roleplay RPGs. I mean, I'm roleplaying The Witcher 3 right now, and a part of my roleplay in Witcher 3 is that Geralt has to wear Witcher gear no matter what. It doesn't have to, or actually, I'm sorry, it can't be, like a relic piece of armor. It can't be like a magic piece of armor. It can't be like a magic sword. No, it has to be Witcher gear, Witcher armor, Witcher swords, a Witcher crossbow, nothing else, nothing more. That's my roleplay in Witcher 3. And Fallout 4 kind of forces you to almost basically take off your vault suit so you can equip, another piece of clothing onto your character so you can put armor mods on it. And that's something I didn't like. It's just really a personal thing for me. It's something that would affect you possibly if you're an experienced Fallout player. But like I said at the beginning of the video, I am new to Fallout, and this is my first time playing a Fallout game. So my complaint may be, not plausible. my little complaint may be, valid to some people who are watching this, and it may not be as valid to other people who are experienced with Fallout games. So that's just the one small thing I do want to address in this video. Another thing I want to move on to is, why do mods have to improve my overall gameplay experience? I have a small amount of mods in Witcher 3. You know what, I'll even pull up Nexus Mod Manager right now. I will tell you every single mod I have in Witcher 3 and in Fallout 4. So right now, I'll start off with Fallout 4 first. I have 30 installed mods, and 30 of them are active. That's for Fallout 4. Now, if I switch games to Fallout 4 to Witcher 3, I have 8 installed mods. Only 8. I get it that mods can definitely create, endless types of your own creative, minds towards the game. But why does it have to, almost in every single aspect for me, improve my overall gameplay experience? 30 installed mods I have on Fallout 4. If I didn't have those mods installed, I probably would have been done with this game. It is very evident that Fallout is a game made for PC, not for consoles. Fallout 4 is a PC game in my mind. If you say that the game is good on consoles, I'm going to laugh in your face. Because Xbox One mods, even right now, are not having the greatest time. Simply because we have people stealing mods from Nexus that were originally PC mods and having people claiming them as their own on Bethesda's website for Xbox One mods. And mods aren't even out for PlayStation 4 yet. So, yeah. 100%, I shouldn't have to install that many mods in Fallout 4 for it to improve my overall gameplay experience. And honestly, if that number was even cut down to half, let's just say from 30 installed mods to 15, I'd be happy. But 30 mods is way too much. And honestly, people may not like what I have to say about that, and you know what? That's fine. But just look at the numbers. There's a reason why Witcher 3 won a shitload of Game of the Year awards. It's because of the fact that the game was released pretty much a complete game. There was nothing, well, except for the bugs and the occasional crashes. There was hardly anything wrong with the game whenever it was released, minus what I just said earlier about the bugs and the occasional crashes. So, moving on to the last thing I want to talk about. The last thing, something that very much bothered me, and this is where my rant comes in. Okay, I'm going to spoil it a little bit too, but if you haven't played the game already, that's your fault. This game's been out for over 8 months, 9 months, that's your problem. I'm sorry. So, at the beginning of the game, you can choose to be Nate or Nora, okay? And then you have your brand newborn son, and then after you're done and the vault tech guy comes to your door, you have to go to the vault immediately, right? Okay? So why is it whenever you're in the vault, or in the vault rather, and you're frozen, and whenever they kill your spouse, whether that be, your husband or your wife, how come your character is not, emotionally devastated? Why? That bothered the hell out of me. I played as Nora in the game, and Nora was like, everything is cool as long as I find my son. Oh yeah, I don't know where he is, though. Like, what? Like, oh my god. That was the one thing that bothered the hell out of me. Like, okay, in a real life scenario, if your son or daughter was kidnapped and they shot your spouse, you would be an emotional wreck. You would be just done. You would be shocked, you would be depressed, and you would have no idea what to do. But apparently Nora and or Nate, they come out of that vault and they're getting ready to find their son. Like goddamn, time to freaking get up and go do this. That bothered the hell out of me. That absolutely bothered the hell out of me. That would have improved immersion by a huge amount if Bethesda would have just taken the extra time to create that, that emotional that emotional attachment to the protagonist in the game. That would have made this game so much better, and it would have made this game, honestly, this game had everything to be Game of the Year. But unfortunately, the crappy settlement system and the voice acting and the lack the lack of immersion that you can feel, or that you could feel in this game, is unfortunately the reason why this game just didn't win Game of the Year for me. I mean, it's as simple as that. And it's really unfortunate because, like I said at the very beginning of the video, this game is a good game. It is a good game. It is a great shooter in terms of a post-nuclear environment and surviving. But overall, whenever everything is said and done, the game is just a good game. And if the game is on sale on Steam for like $30, $25, definitely consider getting it. But other than that, paying full price for this, even buying this game used at GameStop if you're going to play this game on console, even though I advise very much against that, just get the game on sale. On Steam, anywhere. G2A, what have you. The game is not... right now, worth a full $60 to me right now, if you're going to buy this game on PC. So do wait to get this game if it's on sale. And with that said, I'm pretty much done here. If you guys want a score, the score I can give this game, the best I can give it, and to be honest, I'm being a little generous giving this game this score because it is the first time I am playing Fallout. The score I'll give it is a 7.5 out of 10. It's a good game, but there definitely needs to be things to improve the game. And voice acting, emotional attachment, improved settlement system, as well as overall, I guess, character progression, if you want to call it that, from what I said the first time about not being able to be in your vault suit throughout the entire game and roleplay it. That's, to me, worth a 7.5 out of 10. If Bethesda can improve on any one of those things, really, then great. Fantastic. But right now, this game, it's only a 7.5 out of 10 for me. So, with that said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe for more video game-like reviews, such as this one. My next review is coming up probably on the weekend. It's going to be my No Man's Sky review. And that will be my last video I will have before I'm off to college. And I don't know what I'll be doing then for YouTube in terms of posting videos and whatnot. I don't know if I'll have as much time as I do now. But do stay tuned for that No Man's Sky review. I was very critical with how Hello Games basically lied to us in a way. But I will get to that in my review on No Man's Sky in my next video. Once again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please subscribe for more videos such as this one. Stay tuned for my No Man's Sky review. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. My Twitter and Instagram is @ZetaTCG for both. And my Twitch is twitch.tv/Sunny_Choppers. I will be streaming Witcher 3 all this week, hopefully. We'll be finishing up Blood and Wine this week, and I hope it turns out to be as good as my first playthrough of Blood and Wine on PS4. So, with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and this will be your boy Zeta, signing out.